What company consistently puts out bad product but still makes a lot of money? Fanatics. You can find people who are fans of most companies, but you won't find a single person who supports this excuse of a brand. Harley literally had the Reagan administration kneecap the foreign motorcycle market so they didn't have to innovate to keep up with Honda. Holiday gift basket companies. I once felt obliged to buy one from a lady I worked with and it cost around $50. She had a brochure with various baskets and I chose one that was assorted candies and had a decorative wooden rocking horse. When it arrived it was just a bag of candy that I could have paid 35 cents for at a gas station. Every insurance in many cases we're legally obligated to use their products. ActiBliz used to be a bastion of solid games. Now whether the Blizz side has fallen off on their own, or Activision has corrupted them too much, likely both, a lot of their content, be it game updates or new stuff, is just so underwhelming. Adobe. They have two okay products. They have at least two that you wonder if there's some sort of foreign plot to torture creatives. Define bad? Nestle rapes and pillages the planet with most of their products, yet they still make a fortune. They are the definition of evil, yet almost every kitchen in the world including mine has Nestle products in it because in most cases it's almost impossible to get an alternative. Private prisons get paid insane amounts of money to make people and society worse via carefully crafted crime universities. Blows my mind that printers are still the same shit product that they were in 1997. Most fast food, I still eat far more of it than I should. Any insurance company. Look at auto insurance. They have lobbied such that you need to buy their product by law, yet there are no legal guidelines for what their products should do, how they should work, the value they provide, etc. WTF? Can you imagine if Apple had it codified that you need to own an iPhone, but there were no expectations in that law as to what an iPhone must do? WTF? Where's the outrage? My regional hospital. They're run by HCA, who is apparently systematically shutting down hospitals that support Medicare or medical as it's considered low profit. The ER is always packed. Like people are staying in the hallways since there aren't rooms. Everyone I know who has gone there has died. They shut down their maternity ward in 2020. It's just a bad, and there really isn't another nearby hospital, so their plans to shut this hospital down has people enraged. All for more profit. Make business management software popular in IT tech companies. If you've worked in a corporate job, there's a decent chance you've heard of or used at least a couple of their products: Jira, Confluence, Ops Genie, Bitbucket. And all of them are obnoxiously awful. They're not broken, but they're slow, and they have just baffling interfaces that constantly get in your as a bug tracking system. That's fine, I guess, except that it's 3 clicks to do anything, and the actual management part is fucking useless. Everyone uses third-party plugins for querying and graphing, because you can't ask basic questions like how many tickets were opened under epics with a particular label last month using their query language. And it's not like it's simple software that's missing things, it's obscenely complicated, but doesn't have the as an internal wiki writing software. It has some neat features, but it has 2 big deal breakers. The first is that it handles multiple users editing the same page at the same time abominably poorly. I've accidentally reversed someone else's changes just by refreshing the page so many times, and I still have no idea why. The second is the search. If you search for a phrase, it will return results matching any of the words in the phrase. It does not prioritize results that have the phrase altogether. And the most evil part is that it does prioritize pages you've looked at recently, so if you click one of its terrible search results and it isn't right, get used to it being at the top of your search for a while. Ops Genie is a pager alert router. It lets you manage a schedule of who to notify which week, and sends you notifications if something is broken. It doesn't actually do the monitoring, just the routing to who's on call. Which is why it's inexplicable how bad the interface for show me the list of alerts currently outstanding is. No way to manually group together related alerts, no way to tag trends for later analysis. Even commenting on an outage as you debug it is broken, because it's hidden in a tiny corner of the screen and gets lost if you add it to an etc. I'm at my 3rd Atlassian using job now, and I just don't get how nobody has eaten their lunch yet. They're not solving hard technical problems, these things are all about the user experience and having a mental model that's easy to work with. And their UX fucking blows. A sneakerhead, I have to say Nike. Unless it's a collaboration and the collaborator wants elevated materials. Nike is usually selling you a shoe that's $200 and comes with the cheapest damn near plastic and sometimes is plastic Chinese leather. I would even say more so Jordan brand than just Nike, but Nike also. Dyson cordless vacuums are trash tier but still cost like $700. Never again. Products were so bad, companies needed entire IT departments to manage. They'd buy any competition and not borrow from it, or improve it and release it but squash it so they could keep selling their shit. It wasn't until Linux came along and OS X and they got scared and actually put some effort into things and came up with Windows 7 that was actually fairly. They easily set the computer world back 30 years. They're the Catholic Church of the computer industry. Bill Gates should be stripped of his wealth and strung up for crimes against humanity. Workday. If I have to fill out one more application via Workday, so help me God. Key brand. I worked there during the time they switched CEOs and decided to no longer make any products in America. Not that the ones made here were better quality, but they would have to pay minimum wage here versus outsourcing, and it was clear they wanted to save money. I'd kick if they told the factories to use cheap as shit materials, but the number of jeans that literally unraveled as people were wearing them was unsettling. And the fact that they raised the cost pissed me off more. Their quality is shit and overpriced. You'd get better jeans at Walmart. Blumhouse Movies used to be a great company, but once they realized you can make low-budget shit and get a great return, it was game over. Microsoft is back on the shit products train with their decisions about operating systems once again. I hate that we go through this cycle with them. Not so much that the product is bad, but Apple releases the same shit every year and people buy the new version even though they could use the one they have for like 7-10 years and not miss anything. Their laptops are comically underpowered for the money too. With most of their lineup, but especially cram the most powerful processor into a useless slab of touchscreen and then not let you use any features anyone would actually want that powerful chip for, and then charge our idiot customers 3 times as much because they're a cult and will buy anything. And then downvote this comment because they hate that I'm right. Every year they release a new phone the size of a brick that's outdated compared to Samsung phones from several years ago. Basically every ultra-processed junk food company that you can think of in the grocery store, they make nutrition-less slurries of garbage that are recooked to look like food that us humans are eating and dying from. That's what you call a bad product. When is the last time an iPhone really did anything new and groundbreaking? They keep losing money, keep building vehicles with a build quality put to shame by Lego sets, yet there are people lining up for wank panzers. It's the same ransomware masked as design software. Zero product innovation. Freak as a game developer. Ever since the 3DS era of Pokemon games, the mainline titles have been on a quality decline. The stories are non-existent, the graphics can be compared to games released 15 years ago, and the recent Pokemon designs our fans are creating insane content, and are being treated like shit by Nintendo. But it's also the fans that can't stop buying these garbage games. Starbucks. Joke's on them. When they jacked their coffee prices up to almost $8, most consumers left. I have very little taste or smell after COVID, so screw these greedy companies that blamed inflation or COVID for these high prices. We are all better for making our food and coffee at home. We can take a vacation with the money we will save. I hope they all go out of business. I will never go back after what they did. Clothes by Ralph Lauren. They sell for $90 and shrinks after a few washes. Espresso. Their fucking coffee is just pretty much every auto insurance company in the USA. Are retired and rarely need to print out anything. After buying new ink twice for the HP that clogged up from infrequent use, we recycled it. If I need to print anything, I use the library. Microsoft. Apart from Excel, I don't think they have a product out there for which better alternatives don't exist already.